I know it can be very annoying to be on your phone while out with friends or having a serious physical conversation with someone. And here I am, using my phone when I should be talking to you in this video. Our phones have become a major part of our lives. It does a lot of things, and being able to connect with millions of people all over the world is one of its major advantages, hence the awesome experience and existence of social media. However, when does this become a problem? My very first encounter and experience of social media addiction was in 2017. I was caught in its webs, and becoming free was a real struggle. I would constantly stay up late at night, swiping through Facebook, Instagram, and other media platforms in search of nothing but the urge to quench an hunger for visual pleasure and psychological closure. I was addicted. I couldn't go 5 minutes without tapping my phone to wake just to know if I had any notification. This feeling grew stronger that I preferred to communicate with friends online than to see them physically and discuss. At some point, I preferred to chat with you online than talk with you even if we were in the same room. I was really addicted. Addiction usually refers to compulsive behavior that leads to a negative effect. In most addictions, people feel compelled to do certain activities so often that they become an harmful habit, which then interferes with other important activities such as work or school. Usually, people considered as social addicts have this compulsion to use social media to excess, constantly checking through Facebook status updates and stalking people's profile on Facebook, Instagram, and this happens for hours unending. But it's hard to tell when fondness for an activity becomes a dependency and crosses the line into a damaging habit or addiction. Does spending 3 hours a day on Twitter reading random tweets from strangers mean you're addicted to Twitter? How about 5 hours? I'm sure you argue you were just reading headline news and needed to stay current in your field of work, right? Now, the good news is this, that very few people are genuinely addicted to social media. However, the way some people use social media is very relative, and it can start to spill over into other areas of their lives and be problematic and dangerous, such as checking social media while driving. Other behavior may be very annoying rather than dangerous, but may be indicative of problematic social media use, such as checking social media while eating out with friends or constantly checking your smartphone while watching a movie in a cinema. Others may snub social contact with their loved ones or friends, or prefer to check out social media on their smartphones instead of actually engaging in a social activity. If you want to check whether you may be at risk of developing an addiction to social media, ask yourself these 6 simple questions. Do you spend a lot of time thinking about social media or planning to use social media? Do you feel urges to use social media more and more? Do you use social media to forget about personal problems? Do you often try to reduce your use of social media without success? Do you become restless or troubled if you are unable to use social media? Do you use social media so much that it has a negative impact on your job or studies? If the answer to all 6 of these questions is yes, then you may have or be developing an addiction to using social media. The reason why I said may is because the only way to know if you're actually addicted is through clinical diagnosis or to see a psychiatrist. I know it's hard to believe, but it's real. If you answered yes to a few of these questions, it is more likely that you are a habitual social media user and that what you should do is engage in social media detox. There are strategies that simply allow you to reduce the amount of time you spend on social media. This can include simple steps such as turning off sound notifications and only allowing yourself to check your smartphones every 30 minutes or once an hour. Other simple steps include having periods in the day where there is self-imposed non-screen time, such as during meal times, and leaving your smartphone in a separate room from where you sleep, just so you don't get the urge to check social media before bedtime, during the night, or when you wake up. There are tons of people suffering from social media addiction today, and it would be really helpful if you share this video so you could reach as many as possible.